What is up here, YouTube? Jigsaw0097 here today, making the Falcons-Eagles preview video. I'm just going to kind of go over my opinions on this game and what I think will happen, more than just facts, you know. And I'm actually going to upload a video tomorrow for you guys. It's a video I've been working on for a while with my dad. It's a first attempt at something like this, so I would really appreciate your guys' feedback when I do post that. Probably post that later tonight or early tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sleep deprived right now, guys, so I really don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it edited and posted by today, but I'm gonna try real hard for you guys. But this is just more pertaining to the Eagles and the Falcons, and what I think this game will be, because, you know, this is still primarily an Eagles channel. So going into this Atlanta Eagles game, the last two times that the Falcons have come to the link, guys, they've lost. So the Eagles are 2-0 with the Falcons in the last 2 years, and they're looking to make that 3-0. Now, keep in mind, the first time they beat them, they had Carson Wentz, but then they beat him with Nick Foles last year in the playoffs. So both quarterbacks have had a fair share at the Atlanta defense, and I think that given the fact that Nick Foles is going to be the starter, if Doug Peterson just runs the RPO and unleashes hell like he did last year, where no one saw it coming, you know, like right out of the gate, Nick Foles was just playing really well. It actually wasn't right out of the gate. In that game, took till about the second half, but once Nick Foles, you know, hit it on, he never lost it for the rest of the playoffs leading into the end of the Super Bowl. He just had this moxie going. And that's going to be tough, because Nick Foles is the kind of guy where the longer he plays, this is what I've always said, the longer Nick Foles plays, the better he gets. So you don't get the best Nick Foles in the beginning. He has to play for a while to really get acclimated. And then it's like the longer he plays, like you can get to a point where he's like invincible. He's like a freaking Aaron Rodgers, Pro Bowl, you know, MVP of the league type player. I've seen that several years of him now. Granted, we've never actually seen him play an entire season either, so we don't really know how good Nick Foles could be if he played an entire season, and it's always interested me. And that's why I said before, if Carson Wentz ain't ready, guys, I have no problem starting this whole season, going all 16 games with just Nick Foles at the helm. I have no problem looking at that. Obviously, we're Super Bowl champs, so we're going to have a target on our backs, but I just wouldn't mind seeing Nick Foles as long as he doesn't get injured. You know, if he can stand up straight for 16 games, I think that'd be fun to watch. But I don't think that's going to be a weakness. I bring up Nick Foles because I'm hearing that again from people, not just Eagles fans, just the league in general. You know, they're doubting the Eagles. They're saying, you know, oh, Nick Foles shouldn't start. I still just don't get it. I love Carson Wentz, but I just don't see how playing Carson Wentz gives you that much of an advantage. I know he's good, but he's also partially injured still. So it's like, why would you risk Carson Wentz's knee on the chance that he might play slightly better than Nick Foles can play? It just makes no sense to me. So they're writing us off, typically, guys. They're writing us off, saying that the Eagles are not going to win. It's kind of like some people have said the Eagles are going to win, but most people are saying that the Falcons are going to win. And they very well could win this game just because of how many times we have beaten them. They're coming in with a chip on their shoulder. You know, they're looking to end that losing streak, and they might not get another chance to play against us that year. Just the Super Bowl's being held in Atlanta this year too, guys. So that right there, in ways, I can just check them off the list, because no team has ever made the Super Bowl in their home stadium. It almost happened last year, guys, but the Eagles were the spoilers of that one. But I do think Atlanta will make it to the postseason, so this could be an opportunity to play a playoff team right in the beginning of the season. And this is a statement game for the Eagles as well, guys. If the Eagles win this game, they're going to show the world again that, hey, you know, you keep doubting us. We're Super Bowl champs. You keep saying we can't do it. We did it. You know, we won the game. We 1-0, and Doug Peterson will move on to the next. We'll move on to Tampa and then Indy. But this game really out of the gate has to be won, guys. I think this is we won't be like screwed if we don't win, but like I said, as far as a statement win goes, this game is almost a must win in that regard, because you need to show the league that you can't be trifled with, that you are the Super Bowl champs. And just because you have Nick Foles or whatever people say, and also I don't think the offense will hit on all cylinders in this game either. I think this is going to be a defensive battle, probably be a low scoring affair like last time's meet, because Atlanta's going to try a lot of their same old tricks, I think, with Julio and all, and their running formations. But the Eagles defense, I think, is going to hold strong with that crowd too. Keep in mind, guys, they're dropping the Super Bowl banner before this game starts. The fans are going to go nuts. Like I've said in previous videos, this is the first time we're going to see the Eagles in a season as Super Bowl champs. The city and the fans and the team. We don't know how the reaction is going to be. It could be overwhelming. It could be like the Seattle Seahawks were back in the day, where the crowd is just too much for teams to handle. The Eagles actually statistically have probably one of, if not the best, home field advantage in the league currently. I mean, I'd probably say maybe New England has the best, but the Eagles have a really good home field advantage right now, guys, and that's going to play heavily against the Falcons. That's really what I'm saying. So I'm actually going to give this a win for the Eagles, just because I don't see Atlanta going in to Philadelphia and beating us. I just don't see it. Not when we're Super Bowl champs, not when we have Doug Peterson, not when we are playing at our home stadium with our home crowd. But like I said, this is going to be a defensive battle. This is going to be tough. Both quarterbacks are going to be get after. And also, this is something I'll say about Nick Foles too, real quick in closing. I know I talk about Nick Foles a lot on this channel, and if you don't like that, I apologize. But I just think the guy's a fascinating dude, and the more I study him, the more I realize what and who he is. So you can pretty much compare Nick Foles to Kurt Warner back in the day, guys. If you guys remember how he won a couple Super Bowls, but he was kind of an average guy. The reason he won, guys, is because he had an O-line. And you saw that in the Super Bowl. When Nick Foles, because Nick Foles barely got touched in the Super Bowl. I think he got sacked one time in the Super Bowl. One freaking time, guys, in the Super Bowl. And that's why he was having a field day. When you give Nick Foles time, he will toss up dimes. I mean, these are gifts. He has a better deep ball than Carson Wentz. I've always thought this. Carson Wentz can get there. But as of now, from what I've seen from Wentz, because we haven't seen Wentz in a while, Nick Foles can toss those suckers deep and just hit them on a dime. And it's beautiful to see. So if Nick Foles has protection this game, guys, that's where the game is going to really come down to the end. Because he can be a game manager and the defense can put up some points on Atlanta. But as soon as Nick Foles throws maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns, maybe even just 1 touchdown, it's over. And also, we can rely on the running game. We got Corey Clement. We got Jay Ajayi. No LeGarrette Blount, unfortunately. But I think that's the key to victory. The Eagles' defense will keep us in the game all game, no matter what Atlanta's offense is doing. Probably force some turnovers, some interceptions, some fumbles. But if Nick Foles doesn't get some kind of good playoff, and this comes down to the O-line protecting him, then that could be the reason we lose, guys. So that's what I'm going to say. I'll give my final score 17-13 Eagles. Like I said, I think they'll win, but they won't win by a lot, and it will be an under 20-point game, I think. But you never know. So anyway, guys, that is the video, my Eagles-Falcons prediction. Like I said, I will upload another video for you guys tomorrow before the game, just so you guys can get this video. It's going to be like a season prediction video that I did with my dad for the first 4 games for every single team in the NFL. So it took quite a bit of research, and I had to really watch the preseason games for other teams and really think about what I was going to do. And I want to see what you guys think about this video, because if you guys like that kind of thing, my dad wants to do more videos in the future. So that's all I got to say in this one, though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as you don't want to miss my Eagles and NFL coverage this year. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Jigsaw097. I will talk to you all later.